Hi, this is Mike at Balsamiq, and today I'm going to be working on cloud search. So let's get started. Okay, what we're designing here is a feature to search your cloud space. And this is a story that we had from our previous SaaS product, my Balsamiq. And I had done an initial set of wireframes for that. At the time, we had gotten some requests from customers to be able to search your My Balsamiq site, search by project name, search for wireframes within the project, and even search for comments within those projects. And so the idea was here to you would click search somewhere in the UI, and some kind of HUD-like search UI would pop up, like a dialog, and you would start to type the keywords, and then we would show an auto-completion if we find matching strings of text for project names, wireframes, etc. So going back to cloud, the idea here is that if you are searching one of your spaces, you would be able to match against project names, person names, wireframes. So now we're inside a project. You could search deeper into the project for wireframes, symbols, and assets, and as well as comments. And this resource section has its own search feature when you're editing a wireframe like I'm doing here. And that's what I wireframed, and there's a previous video for this. And this is a similar kind of UI where if you are working on wireframes and you just want to jump to another wireframe, so here I'm working on this home page wireframe, and I wanted to jump to another one just by searching for it, we would do something similar. So what I'm going to do is work on this UI, and I think it's a good idea to take a look at what Balsamiq spaces look like. So this is the space. All of these tiles are projects, and we want a way to search within this view. One scenario might be that I don't remember the name of a project, so I might search to find the project itself. It could also be that I want to find a comment in a project that I know somebody left recently, and I need to be able to do that, but there's so much content here to sift through that it might be hard for me to even remember what project that was. You might want to do that from this higher level place here when you're looking at all of your projects, or you might want to find that when you're within the single project as well. So those are different considerations. Yeah, so what I'm probably going to do is just think about where to put these search elements to find your way to the content you're looking for. The next thing I sort of did, and I apologize, but I lost the recording for when I sketched this out, but I used the this sketch features in they're not the quick draw features where you hold down the R key to draw all these boxes. I just quickly sketched out these thumbnails for how the search flow should look or might look. And what I drew here was a little view, a little thumbnail of what the project's view would look like. And we would add a search icon in the toolbar somewhere. So the idea is that if you're in the project view, this is either the project settings or people views, and you're not editing a project but looking at this higher level that I showed you before, that you would just select an icon or a button in the toolbar that would pop up a dialog over your current view. You start typing, enter your search, and then the results start to appear in that dialog. If you pick a result, then the app will forward you to that result page. If you cancel the dialog, then you go back to whatever you were looking at. The reason I like a dialog here is so that you don't have to show the results in a new page and then leave wherever you were in case you decide to cancel out of the search. So the same thing would happen in the editor if you're editing a project wireframe. If you're looking at a wireframe, we'll provide a search menu item to search your space, and then a dialog would appear, the same behavior as in searching over here. As I said before, this is similar to this jump to resource UI, so I'm going to be copying some of these pieces. All right, so I have these two pieces that I want to use. This is going to be my representation of the space. So I'm just going to quickly lay out what this looks like. So we're talking now about this view where you have you're viewing your space and all of your projects. So I just moved the two windows next to each other so that I could look at the header while I'm doing the wireframe here, and I'm going to just lay out the top parts. I'm going to put in my smiley logo at the top. This is just an icon, and then let's see, I'm going to use the 3 bars. Okay, so I'm going to put in a bunch of small icons at the top here. Let's see. And we need a menu at the top, so that's this project's people settings. So I'm just going to use a link bar like that. Change it to projects people settings help. Like that. Make it white. Select projects. Selection is the wrong color though, because I'm reversed on black. Let's make it a gray, or no, let's make it a blue. Yeah, let's do that for now. I'll just make it gray, some kind of lighter, darker gray. And then we need a title, so I'm gonna put in at least the subtitle because it's a smaller text. And then this is just gonna say projects here. Okay, so this assumes that I'm looking at this project's view from my space. Okay, so I'm gonna make this whole thing a symbol. So my rectangle and the header are 1. Right, and I'm gonna call it space. All right, so let me start to lay this out. What I'm thinking is that you will have a search box or an icon that opens a search within the header. So I'm going to just use the magnifying glass for now and make it white. And the idea would be that clicking that would open the dialog in your window. I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, so then let's make this much bigger. Okay, so here we are. So we're on this view. We're looking at projects, and then we select search, which opens up the dialog. Okay, so the idea is open this up, and I'm gonna just duplicate this. Let's show what it looks like from step by step. So actually, let's make this say enter start typing to search for projects, people, wireframes, comments. Maybe it doesn't even say that. Maybe just say start typing to search. Ooh. Right? And then let's select my icon. All right, so the idea is that this is a placeholder. So the idea is that you open up this dialog, search is in focus. This is my cursor to indicate search is in focus. Then you start typing, right? So next step is to enter a term. So let's do a couple of examples here because I think it's going to be important to show the results is going to be the important thing to figure out. So here's a simple example. You started typing the word company in this case, and you know what is going to appear is, so this is auto completion. So I'm just going to put a note here. Okay, so this is the feature that we already have from jump to resource. Now, I want to show a couple different scenarios. So, these are different types of assets. So let's see. These are resource results, right? But I think that there's different kinds of results that we could have here. So I'm gonna just kind of show different types of different types of results. Ungroup this for now. Okay, so what I started to do here is these are different results types, right? So we have projects, people, wireframes, assets within a project, symbols within a project, and then comments within a project. So I'm just kind of going through what the text would look like, and then so we could see, you know, realistically, how does this need to be designed around this kind of content. Let's see, what do I have here? So I did an asset. This is a wireframe actually. Homepage. All right, so this, let's say this is okay, so this is the name of a wireframe within a project, and then an asset within a project. So let's do let's see. Let's say we have a company Acme logo, which is an image that's in the website, right? So this is in the assets of Acme website project. And then let's say we have a symbol in another project. This is going to be, let's see, forum wrapper, forum UI. Okay, let's say that's a symbol in a different, and let's just call it forum. Let's say the forum's a project. So I'm using this markdown markup. The underscores are for italics, and then if you use hyphens, if you gate text with hyphens like this, then it turns into disabled text. So I'm just using that to make the project name different from the title here. but it kind of needs a little bit more separation. And then a comment. So this is the one that's going to be tricky, because if we are doing comments and we decide to do that, it would be kind of long. So we might have to do multiple lines here or make this box wider. So let's say. So the thing that I'm imagining, the thing that I'm going to be searching for is for specific comments that are in a project. So it might be something like. Okay, so I'm starting to just flesh out the different types of results and how we might design these. So I have a thought about maybe using an icon in the results, or in this case, if it's a person, then their image. I'm just going to use the icon for now. And then if it is, let's see, this is a wireframe. Then we have an icon that shows that it's in a wireframe, and then we show what project it's in. Okay, so this is. I've just kind of taken some notes to myself to try to figure out what all the different types are. Let's see. This is going to be an asset, and so let's put this asset there. I want to do one for a symbol. Okay, so forum UI. Alright, so the symbol here, and then comment. Okay. So I'll change this stuff out here, but all right, so the idea is that the search results box would show, it's like just a bounding box, because this is supposed to be the auto completion results here. Okay, so the idea is that once you enter a search term, then we show the auto-completion below, and then this is the design of the results. And then I'm just going to make some notes for what appears here. Let's see. Let's do it this way. So this is icon for type, and then we have result type. These things might not be necessary. And I think it's useful if you're looking at this one, for instance, is comment form 1. I mean, that could be anything. It's a symbol. The icon should help if we have an icon for symbols, and then you know, it's obvious that this is a comment, but you know, this image belongs in the assets of this project. So I think it's useful to have this kind of labeling, but maybe there's a better way to do it. So we'll work on trying to figure out how to make that clearer. Yeah, so let's zoom out a little bit. So this is the kinds of results you're going to get, and then let's make this match as well. So this is a good stopping point for this session. We'll continue in the next episode to finish this search UI. Thanks for watching.